It was a gun.
I'm not voting.
If we want to build our nation.
The problem with the Somalians.
Just want to experience something else than a black man.
Move on, move
Be like a horse with blinkers on.
Honestly say, I was about to have sex and then I pulled
crap,
up.
but it's nice.
Okay, my name is Luando Makwaita. I'm 17 years old. I live in Nyanga East, 1672 Zwelicha. Yep.
Okay, my name is Luanele, my surname is Ngambi. I live in Terminus Road, and I'm 17 years old. Yeah.
My name is Mpora Silo, and I'm 16 years old. I live in Nyanga East.
My name is Kutlwano Nabula, who stays in Cross Road, in Stocks and Stocks 707. I'm the Lena of Fezeka.
My name is Busisiwe Mutlaka. I'm 17 years old and I live in Europe E4025. I'm a debater.
My name is Tusa Patience Gangi. I'm 15 years old. I live here in Guguletu and I'm learning here.
My name is Sipongwenu and I'm 28. I live at Yeo Street, number 18, KGC.
Most of South African religions believe that abortion is a killing of other people. So abortion is basically against other people's ethics. So that is exactly why it should not be actually legalized in this country of ours.
But again, those people whom embark or abide on those ethics in South Africa are the ones sometimes who suffer the most consequences. Those people whom thrown their children on streets, which means that there's more crime, which means that our government will be on strain, which means that if our government is on strain, which means there will be a lot of street kids, maybe gangsters, from those children who are being abandoned by their parents. I mean, take it in your mind. You are a child, you are just living on a street, motherless or fatherless. What's on your mind is just getting some food. How do you get your food? It's either you mug or you rob, it's either you go and steal. That's the reason why people should consider thinking of giving abortion. Because I believe in my own perspective, if you would think of, my ethics are saying this, what about your own individual choices?
When you're doing something like maybe to abort the fetus, it is the right of a human to do that because it helped a lot of the women outside that who are poor, that are maybe to have that baby. So in other words, it is the good thing for the women of South Africa to abort.
I think abortion shouldn't be allowed, as abortion is like being a criminal, as you're not going under the law of the country. Like if you abort a child, you'll be destroying that child's rights, because everyone has a right to life in South Africa. So I think we shouldn't allow abortion in our country.
You don't have to go on what people say. You have to go sometimes according to your principles. So I think it's them that have to decide, because it's them that they're going to just give birth. And sometimes that the father, while the mother is raising the child, the father is not present. So meaning that the mother will have to take full responsibility. So
Tulis, are you trying to me it's very wrong to be a single mother?
I'm not saying it's very wrong to be a single mother, but I think that the most people that should consider this abortion, take a lot of decision into consideration, are the mothers, because
it takes two to make one child. I mean, it takes two to make one child. The mothers can't give birth or can't form just a fetus alone without the sperm of a father. I think first we should consult the head of the house. If we're the head of the house, we should consult us, not go behind a man's back and go and do the abort the fetus.
Okay, Luana. Okay.
What about those who don't want to take care of the child? Who refuse to take care of the child? Would say have abortion. What about those?
Yeah, but also abortion itself, it has many factors that it actually influence on. Because if abortion is there, people will be careless, knowing that if I'm pregnant, I can do abortion. There's always other alternative. So after all, abortion encourage one is so-called as promiscuous, that people may go around and sleep with each other, not using condoms. So by actually taking away abortion, we will make people to be actually careful about their lives and consider other facts that may actually occur.
Yes, I agree fully with you, Kutlwan. Because I think here at school it's a fashion of seeing young, beautiful South Africans being pregnant before time, which means that their future is totally maybe destroyed, because our constitution says after 2 years the child has been after giving a birth, after 2 years you have got to wait, which means that your time and your education will wait.
I feel like, you know, like if here at school, in schools, they could have like in the start, like in the beginning of the year, they could have like doctors coming to the schools and like teaching young girls.
But boss, we have in an area that called definition, whereby we told about. Let me finish, boss, please. Whereby told the youth that HIV is very wrong. Teenage pregnant is very wrong. But the youth decide to not listen. What about that?
What about those who are affected by peer pressure? You know.
Yeah.
These young girls suffer a lot.
There's only one answer into all the questions that you have actually posed, which is the installation of values by the parents. Simply just because those people are the one which play a big role into growing these teenagers, which so-called teenagers people. They must instill their values in a way of teaching these people on how they may be against these diseases and even pregnancy for that matter. So our government may have doctors in schools, but these doctors may also find pregnancy on a daily basis, but if these people are not actually aware on how they may control their lives. So after all, what I'm saying is the parents must play a big role in giving the values on how the teenagers should control their lives. Simply just because our parents they are just running away from us. They are not actually talking truth with these teenagers about how life is and how exactly they may rule their lives.
I think it is fear. And I would love to disagree to agree with this thing that says we should bring, doctors at school. Isn't that a big, much of a burden? What is the work of the life orientation teachers? It is there to teach our learners more about life. Please let me finish. Please let me finish. It is about to educate the learners on alternatives, okay? Whether to do abortion or to do not what. What we should consider in South Africa, things that will help us a lot, not just to help some certain schools, because it's not only the whole South African schools who will be employing doctors. We should seek of maybe an adolescence clinic care, an after school clinic for the youth, for the students at all large. It's either in primary and it's either in primary and in high schools. If we're going to say that our own parents are sometimes afraid of telling us the truth because they fear that sometimes, yes, we might want to get promiscuous and want to test this sex.
The fact is, life orientation teachers are not really doing enough work on these teenagers. We have to face it, they're getting pregnant each and every day.
But was there peer education in our schools whereby teach the student about HIV and pregnant, and also those peer educators, they are trained to do that?
Yes, there are peer educators, right? But
yes.
The number of pregnant teenagers is still increasing while we do have peer educators. He is one of the peer educators, but we still have pregnant teenagers here. So meaning that there is a lot of assistance that is needed there, because meaning that peer educating doesn't even help a lot.
I disagree. Permanent disagreement, because the significance of installing peer education in our school, it is simply to reduce the number of learners who sometimes are vulnerable to some such things as being pregnant. No, not running away from the point that, yes, we are ignorant as the youth of today. We should consider that, because we are being taught daily, the media, our homes, in our schools, and some people do get pregnant. What do we do with those people who get pregnant? The information is spread all over, but some people do get pregnant, even though they know how to use condoms. They say they use condom and condoms break. They say sometimes we don't use condoms because those feelings of love. We should consider this motion significant. That should we install this abortion in South Africa? Would it help you and me?
I really don't wish or think of becoming pregnant at my age as a teenager, and I'll only I'll only like to become pregnant when I'm married, because at the teenage age, raising a child alone without a father, without a family, is kind of hectic. It won't be good at all. Yeah.
Because getting pregnant, it's very expensive, especially if you're still a teenager. You still have to finish school, and everything is just expensive. So, and also HIV and AIDS, it's too much, because HIV kills people, and we see people dying every day because of HIV. So it's both scary, I think.
the only way to prevent pregnancy, I think, is to totally abstain from sex. Not just use condoms, as they say that they're not totally 100% safe. So the only safe way is to abstain from sex.
What about those people, okay, who need to have some relationship? I mean, who've got some feelings and who think they need to be in relationship? Should those people delay their sexuality?
If you are not ready to have sex, then you're not ready, you're not gonna have it. And if you tell yourself that, you know what, I'm not ready for sex and I'm not gonna have sex until I want to have sex. I'm not gonna lose my virginity just because I say I love this person. And I'm not gonna do stuff that I don't believe in just because I say I love this person, you know? So I just don't...
I think there are basically an alternative that you can be actually taken into consideration. I think that basically the people who are sexually active that want to do sex can actually have trust amongst each other by actually going testing. And if it may happen that one of them, that there is a risk of maybe getting pregnant, there is the NALID, contraceptive injection, whereby they can go and prevent pregnancy. That must be an agreement between these two governments, whereby they must agree on whether or not they want pregnancy or not. I think that a basic one, a clear one that can avoid all of these is the one which was mentioned by Mpo, which means abstinence.
I, as a mother, I'll be more open to my own child. Try to explain the ups and downs of life, as a teenager, what you face and all that kind of thing. Just, to make her aware of, as a teenager growing up in South Africa, what can she expect, what can she find out the outside there, how life is outside there.
If I may be a father one day, I would actually talk to my young ones about things that may happen and some kind of impediments towards their lives. By actually talking about impediments, I'm talking about things that they may actually see when life goes on, about the thing that we have been mentioned, which is peer pressure, how they may actually avoid peer pressure, which is a person must have self-esteem and know that he may actually do the things that want to suit him at the end of the day. And by actually having that close relationship to these young ones, we're actually going to make them to be aware about anything that is actually surrounding them on every perspective of life.
My dream is to aspire others and get inspired so that they could do the best to before their time expires. I mean, to inform them, and transform them so that they could perform at the best of their own time.
My dream is to, as a matter, it is a career maybe that I will, maybe after school I'll be dealing with, is to work in a radio broadcasting.
My dream is in 10 years time, I'd like to be a mother and have at least 2 children and have my own work. Yeah, I really want to be a mother and have a husband. Yeah.
Basically, I have a dream, and this dream is to change the mentality of our people, and basically instilling the values that are in need, whereby people are going to get something that is maybe productive and assist them in order to think carefully on their lives.
To actually bless people around the world, be a performer, sing for everybody to hear, Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Well, my dream in the future is to have enough money, finances to build an orphanage, for children who have been orphaned by HIV/AIDS, and also to be a role model to the youth so that my own children can live in an HIV-free generation.
My dream is to be a good father and also a great family, is to be an open parent to my children, whereby I will teach them how HIV and AIDS and teenage pregnancy.